Okay.
I beg your pardon?
Willem, this is Ryan.
Yes, you always. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm Australian, Andrew. Yeah.
So yeah, we're sharing the crew.
Switch off if that's okay.
Okay, sure.
There were many challenges, and it was very specific. His aesthetic is very specific. His camera is very fluid. You never know where it is. He's like a partner in the scene. So many curiosities, many challenges, and often very gratifying.
Do you want to ask him a lot of questions because he's kind of secretive about his craft?
That's okay. That's okay. You know, if he gives you a really good setup and creates a very specific world, and the text is very strong and the narrative is very strong, there's really very little to ask. You just apply yourself to the logic of what's going on around you. No, it's very clear just by how he carries himself and how he expresses himself that that's not the way to go with Lars. And probably for me, it's not my personality as either. I'm not so very well by talking. I'm usually much better by doing it. One of the reasons why I did this project was I was very drawn to Lars by not only his work, but also interviews I've seen. He seemed like an interesting character. I wanted to be around him. And so that was part of it. So when I read a script, I partially imagine what it is. I kind of save that for later. Sometimes I don't even want to get too far into imagining what it is. Just have to have a taste. Just make sure that it's something that I'm curious about.
Well, may I say you're fortunate enough to be one of those actors that are memorable, that, you know, the audience knows for a specific style. Was there ever a point of your career where you were insecure, and did it ever stop?
No, it's I think the nature of being an actor is, you know, invites insecurity all the time. And I also embrace that because that insecurity, I prefer, the thing that, if you've been performing for a while, the thing that you have to fight against is a certain kind of boredom or cynicism. So, although that insecurity isn't very comfortable sometimes, and can be hard on you, you know, mentally, it serves you well because it pushes you to a point of keep on going. It forces you to keep on going back and saying, what is this? How do you do this? What am I doing here? What is this? Who is that? What is this? And I think that's a good state to start things out, rather than, oh, I know how this goes. If I do this, this, and this, and this, we're gonna craft this beautiful thing, and it's gonna be great. And I get less excited by that than being in good company and having the world fall away and dealing with problems and imagining things and kind of trying to find new ways to see.
Over the floor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.